Hey guys, it's Denise Berry again, and I made it to Las Vegas, the city that doesn't sleep, and I already took a nap. I don't think I'm really great at being a Las Vegas person, right? Because sleeping should not be allowed here, but I guess it is allowed if you're at a financial convention. So today was my first day here, and there are a lot of providers, a lot of companies that you guys have heard of that do financial planning, that work with insurance, long-term care. Literally the list goes on, and I was at every booth today for it. So today is the day where they have all the providers come out, you get checked in, and then tomorrow is kind of the same thing, hang out. And then the next couple of days after that, the speakers come, which I'm super excited for because I like learning from the best and I like to pass on that information when I can. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about retirement. I know, what a boring subject, right? It's so funny how we don't even think about the future beyond this moment, but we're so worried about everything all the time. So what I mean by that is like we will think so much about, oh my gosh, I wonder if he's ever gonna text me. I went on a date with him last week and I don't think he's gonna text me. I'm so worried about that. And whether he texts you or not, you're still worried about the future, right? So when I talk to people and they're like, oh, retirement, that's so far from now. I'm not even really thinking about it. I haven't even planned yet. Well, one, that's not a great thing because we always want to know, what we're investing in with our company and also what we're setting up for ourselves. So there are a couple different types of people for retirement. There is the person that is working at a normal 9-to-5 job, has a 401k, and truly doesn't understand what 401 or K even means. So there's that person. And if you're that person, raise your hand. That's right, can't see you, doesn't matter. But if it is you, there's a couple of things you're gonna need to know about 401ks. The basic thing is that you're investing money with a company that's usually outside of your employer, most likely, right? And that money is being invested into the market, and you can actually see where your money is being invested if you ask for a statement. And that statement will show all the diversified places that your money may be invested in. Problem with that is it's invested in the actual market, so when it's going to be going along with the ebbs and flow of the market itself. I don't know about you guys, I don't really feel totally safe with gambling my retirement savings, in the stock market, but to each their own. At the very, very least, I want this person to look at their statements and just see what they have going on in there, where their money's being invested. There is a second person. The second person is they don't work a 9-to-5. Maybe they're even an entrepreneur. Maybe they're younger and they have absolutely nothing set up. This could even be an older person too. I think it's really important if you don't have, gold sitting around somewhere or huge, a lot of assets that are passed on to you. I'm talking about like the mega wealthy where they're just like, I'm just gonna pay this in cash. If you don't have something like that, it's important to have something set up for yourself. Somewhere where you can put your money and have it grow for yourself, for when you get into retirement, you're good to go. So back to the 401k just for a second. 401ks, if you guys don't know about the taxes, they are taxed later. Once again, it's a part of American culture. We're like, I'm gonna buy this now, but I'm gonna pay for this later. It's the same thing with 401ks. And we used to think it was okay because we thought, okay, taxes aren't gonna go up that much, and also we're gonna be in a lower tax bracket when we're older. It's not the same now, right? Taxes seem to always be going up, and Social Security, much lower. So that's also another important thing to think of. So when you're thinking of putting money into a vehicle to grow your money, think about any kind of account that's tax exempt. We're talking Roth IRAs, we're talking permanent life insurance, those kinds of things, anywhere that's gonna grow your money for the long term. So for that second person that has nothing set up, this is the time to leverage your money. Time is the best thing. If you could get time on your side, meaning like if you start today for investing in yourself, you're actually gonna have that positive cash flow accumulation utilizing whatever interest rate that you can get. Okay, so we spend about 8,000 days in retirement, and knowing that that's about the same time from when you're first born until you're 21 years old. That's about the time that we spend in retirement. Usually life expectancy, we're supposed to not be here anymore at like 85 when we think we have 100 years to live. And I know some people actually do live into 100 and past 100, but we're gonna be really, modest here and say 85. And we spend about 8,000 days in retirement. So knowing that, you have to have 8,000 days worth of savings. So that means that if you have that 401k, we're back to person A, that person, when they pull their money out, right? Do you guys understand that all the money that's getting pulled out is now going to be taxed at that time? So all the money that you think you have in there, right? You haven't, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, you have to factor in tax. So that when you actually start getting paid out, you have an idea of what you're gonna be getting monthly for your entire retirement, okay? And also fees and so on and so forth. So it's important to look into what kind of 401k you have and also with which company you have it. Also, if you guys don't know, if you are above the age of 59 and a half or you're no longer with your employer, it depends on the company, but you can roll it's called rolling, you can roll your 401k into another product, and that could be an annuity, that could be a bunch of different things. As long as it doesn't hit your hand, as long as it's not cash in hand, you're not going to actually have those fees and those taxes taken out because it's just rolling into another account that has the same benefits. Well, similar benefits, I think that's the best way to explain it for you guys, something simple. Where it's all done electronically, it's just rolling from one account into another account, okay? So those are some basic things about that. So that's for the 401k person. For the person that doesn't have anything, you need to set up something soon, and I don't necessarily recommend a 401k. 401ks are awesome when your company is matching the amount of money that you put in, and also, if you have something like a 403b, you have something that, you're a school teacher, you're with a union, you may not be able to roll your 401k. So you want to be able to look into an account that you don't even want to look to roll in the future. Something that's already tax exempt, something that's getting a great rate of return and doesn't have high fees. I could go on about this forever, guys. I just was super inspired today because this whole entire convention, is about helping families. It's about really having the mission of getting out there and teaching people about basic financial skills and helping them to build plans for themselves. So these are just a couple of tidbits. I really want to be able to go into more detail with you guys about how these things work, but I'm always happy to provide value and answer questions. And I do have the licenses to talk about these kinds of things, but regardless of that whole entire point, if you just have the basic ideas about finance and how it can help you and how you could spread that knowledge to someone else and it could help them and their families, just tell someone about it. Tell them about these basic financial concepts and let me know how it goes. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful and I love you. Have a wonderful night.